Vince, tell us a little bit about your history, Linnea's history, and the history of New Life Recovery.
Well, Linnea is a nurse practitioner. She kind of specialized in wound care. She wasn't sure if she wanted to practice traditional medicine just because it seemed like the places she had worked before wanted her to prescribe, and she thought maybe there's a better way. So we kind of met with each other and we told her what we were like and what we thought about healthcare and some of the more natural approaches and stuff. So she was pretty interested in what we have going on. My background, I'm an electrician by trade, and I've always just been interested in health stuff. And also, I was prescribed a couple of medications I didn't want to be on, and I was just doing some research. I came across NAD, and I found a place in Illinois that seemed really good. So I went there, and it worked really well for me. So basically, NAD is a coenzyme that's in every cell of your body. And as you age, or say you work, you're overstressed, take substances or medications, it kind of depletes that a lot sooner than normal. So normally, by the time you're 60, you might have 12% left of your natural NAD if you've had a perfect life, no obstructions, no medications, stuff like that. So this it wears out sooner. And then if you use substances and stuff like that, you're depleted way sooner. So what we do is we give you a boost to NAD, and it helps detox for medications. It helps with anti-aging. It helps a lot with inflammation. Sorry, I kind of went a little.
No, go. Yeah. That's why we have you here, so you can tell us about New Life Recovery.
Yeah. So basically, I took alprazolam and Suboxone for a period of time, and it didn't sound fun stopping. I didn't really need the medications. So when I did this research, I found the NAD, and the thing that works really well with this type of treatment is that you don't have cravings afterwards. Your withdrawal symptoms are way less. So it worked really well for me. I went to a clinic. I showed up every day. The NAD takes a long time, so I was there all day. So I was just on the drip all day, watched some TV. It was a fairly comfortable environment. And by the time I was done, I felt great. Withdrawal symptoms were very minimal. So,
Janet, what questions do you have for Vince? Vince, that was very thorough. Thank you so much. You answered most of my questions. So I'm going to see what my wife has.
So Vince, I'm guessing that it was a decision you made that you no longer needed medication, but you couldn't quite get off of it without help, is what I'm hearing. Is that correct?
Yeah, I found some really comfortable ways for the anxiety medication, especially. And my doctor, my physician at Confluence Health just wasn't a big fan. So they're just like, that's not how we do stuff here. And then another doctor's like, hey, that would probably work. It was like a microdosing to hundreds of a milligram, so you don't really notice a taper. It would take a long time. And the other issue with that is your dopamine and serotonin receptors, your production and all that, isn't going to be regulated for another 18 to 24 months, even after your taper. So it's like a 2-year taper, and then another 2 years till you're kind of back to normal. You're not feeling depressed or anxious and stuff like that. So then I found out about NAD, and I presented that to my doctor and stuff. And right in front of me, he typed in NAD scams. I'm like, well, of course the scam is going to pop up because you typed the word in.
Right. Yeah. He already has a preconceived notion about it. Yeah.
That might work. He's like, that's, they're selling you lies. And I was pretty thorough with my research about it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. My insurance covered it. I narrowed it down to 2 places, and I felt really comfortable with one after speaking to the staff and the medical director and stuff. So I went with it, and didn't look back.
Yeah. Did your doctor feel comfortable to keep prescribing the medications that you had a problem with, that you were trying to get off? I mean, it sounds like that was kind of a double-edged sword there. I mean, was he saying, yeah, let's keep doing this, or how was he going to help you with this?
Basically, he's like, the options were you either stay on it or we could taper you off, but it was really fast. And from the research I did, it seemed a little unhealthy, real sudden. You'd have the same anxiety symptoms afterwards anyways. So, or they'd be worse actually, because after you take an anxiety med, just getting off it really fast, like those symptoms come back because you're not used to dealing with it. And then you're also depleted because you've had a foreign substance kind of, pretending to be your dopamine or regulating it that way. So like with an SSRI, if you take that away from a person, they're no longer producing it naturally. Your body recognizes those inhibitors in there, so that you're just not producing it at all. So then when you take away a medication, you're not only yanking it away, but you're not producing it for quite a while.